Hello, hello, and welcome to your reading on the message that Jupiter has for you. Let's turn on some light here. Now, in astrology, Jupiter is a planet of luck, expansion, vision, philosophy, and most people know it as a planet of abundance. And abundance can take many forms. Of course, it can be monetary. It can also show up just by giving us what it is we need and what it is that we genuinely want to experience. So let's take a look at the message that Jupiter has for you specifically. And we're going to pull 4 piles. Oh, look at that. One's just falling out. Butterfly with metamorphosis. I mean, amazing. What's at the bottom of the deck? Family. And the gorilla is a leader. So some of you, look, even in your family space, may be experiencing a metamorphosis, but also in a leadership space. So we're going to take the butterfly as well. And, right now, Jupiter is in Gemini. At the moment I'm doing this reading, Jupiter is in this constellation of Gemini. And, that's an energy of communication. It's like we're awakening our own self-trust. Look at this at the bottom of the deck, introspection. And it's interesting because Jupiter is retrograde. So Jupiter is calling for a kind of introspection. And I always look at the bottom of the deck to just see like what kind of energy is flowing with the piles, right? What kind of energy is flowing with the message? Yeah, introspection, and right under it is ego with higher vision. And so I feel like the main message that Jupiter is bringing is that with introspection, you will receive the higher vision that you are looking for. So we're going to go into these piles and see if we can find out more about this higher vision. And we can do some of this introspection together. I'm sorry, they are drilling here on and off. I don't know if that's super loud, but I would like to complete this reading. So it's funny though that we're talking about introspection and right in that moment they start drilling. And I feel like this is what we're doing, but we're not doing it in an intrusive way. Instead, we're going within, we're getting deeper so that we can get that higher vision that we need to create an even more abundant outcome than we may have originally planned or intended. Okay, so I want to do 2 decks. This is the first pile. Let me see. I don't want you to know which one is the butterfly. So this is the second, third, and fourth pile. And then we're going to also pull some clarifying Isis cards to go with it. Okay. At the bottom, Chariot of Ascension. And we just had higher vision, right? So this is about we're moving up, spiritual work of the higher initiate. So I feel like Jupiter has a really strong message of initiation, growth. We're moving up. So let me get these organized for you so you can choose your pile. So with Jupiter being in Gemini, you may be thinking about how you can communicate your vision to the world. You may be going deep within and thinking, what is my vision? What is my message? So here you have the 4 piles. So go ahead and just take a minute to choose your pile. The time codes are below, and you can jump to your pile, and we'll see you soon. Hi, pile number one. Welcome to your reading. Now we're looking into Jupiter's message for you. And your pile got 2 spirit animal cards, 1 Isis card. And let's take a look. Again, Jupiter is a planet of vision, expansion, abundance. Okay, so let's see. You have the squirrel with organization and the cat with independence. So as we talk about Jupiter energy, Jupiter is like an enormous planet. You know, the little red spot, the Earth fits into that spot 4 times. It's an enormous gaseous planet. And in astrology, it's just very deeply connected to symbolism of philosophy, your higher belief system, higher consciousness. And as we saw when choosing the piles, this reading has to do with, you know, introspection and connection with higher consciousness. So it's like an opportunity to grow and to move forward. And here with squirrel and organization, I feel like one of your paths to abundance and a higher vision is going to be by getting yourself organized. Maybe some of you need to declutter your home, or you've been thinking about letting go of some stuff. You know, some of you may be starting your own business and wanting to learn more about how that works, or, you know, making your product offer clearer, you know, getting your website top notch. You know, some of you may be looking at moving forward in your corporate career. And a lot of this will require us to be clear on what do I want, you know, and what are the steps that I need to take to get there? What are the resources that I have? What are the resources that I need? Let's turn this light back on. And with cat here, we have a bit of mystery, right? Because the cats are kind of like mysterious, very high vibrational beings. And this card is bringing particularly the message of independence. So it's almost like get organized so that you can move forward according to your strengths and your ability. Like, this is not about looking externally. This is about understanding that you already have everything you need. It's just about getting it organized. It's just about getting it in, you know, a system where you can make use of it with ease. So I feel like the cat is saying, it's kind of like magician energy. You already have everything you need. You are very capable. It's only about getting organized. So if some of you are like, why isn't this working out for me? There may be a need to go within and to do some introspection with regards to organization. Like, is there something keeping me from getting certain puzzle pieces in place so that things can move with more ease? Let's take a look at your Isis card. Maybe there's some information there. The Lunar Queen, she of the celestial crescent. Okay. So with the Lunar Queen, again, there's this message of independence, mystery, majesty, capability. You know, the Queen is at the top of the hierarchy, at the top of the food chain. She knows what she's doing. She has the crook and the flail. She really knows. And she has, you know, the full moon has her back. So she's quite aware of what she needs to do. She's quite capable. So some of you may be doubting that, and this is coming as confirmation. And I feel like that's actually really the main message, is like allowing your energy to swell, standing in the truth of who you are and allowing that to just expand, like Jupiter, expansion. You know, so when you're meditating, just being in that energy and allowing that majestic energy to kind of expand within your energy field. So the description says, there is a deep feminine wisdom that recognizes the importance of cycles of rest and replenishment as essential balancing to our actions of power and demonstration. You are asked to allow this replenishment for yourself now, trusting that you are in a cycle of creation that is about to shift into a new phase. Release and enjoy the process without having to control or force it. Okay. So what this is sharing with me is that Jupiter is bringing a message that something new is on the way. There's a glow up that's coming. And in order for you to really be able to enjoy this imminent glow up, it's going to be necessary for you to take the time to really get organized, and also to give yourself permission to stand more in the fullness of who you are. So there may be an opportunity coming that's going to require a little more self-confidence than thus far. you know, a little more awareness of your abilities. And so I feel like with this card, there's a message of rest, there's a message of replenishment, there's a message of knowing truly who you are, and also a message of preparing for the new phase and the new opportunities that are to come. So this is a wonderful message for Jupiter. There's something imminently on its way to you, and all you really need to do is just prepare. You know, prepare by following your intuition, being your highest and truest expression of self, with no insistence on the outcome. Just move forward. Again, some of you may be decluttering, just getting your house in order. It'll be different for each of you, but you're safe and you're held. There's a lot of possibility here for you. Look at the wolf and the owl, you know. The spirit animal showing up for you with symbols of wisdom, symbols of community, symbols of, you know, the wolf being a symbol of community and independence at the same time. So let's look at the tarot. Look, there's the Emperor with command, just like the Queen. This energy of ability, of command, of majesty and leadership. Ecstasy with the Lovers. Okay, so there may be a decision that needs to be made, you know. Apprentice of Stones. And I feel like we should move this here and put these two under here. Apprentice of Arrows, Two of Arrows. Okay. It's interesting that we have the Two of Arrows here as well as the Lovers, because it does give the impression that there are, you know, some decisions that need to be made. And with Independence here, I feel like it may be necessary for you to kind of break out of the mold. Do something that's different than the way others have done it thus far. So it's like making a decision to be independent, to, you know, to break out of what everyone else has been doing and to do something that's quite different. And in order to do that, it may require you to get clear on what that is, to set an intention, to get clear. And the intention some of you may need to set is clarity, to say, okay, I'm going to go within and allow myself to see what could that new or different path possibly be. And some of you, the organization is going to be standing in the truth of what you're building, but also allowing yourself to be flexible and allowing the outcome to be much better, much more prosperous than you possibly recognized as being possible thus far. Okay, let's get some more. Okay. So at the bottom we have Leo with shine. So it's time for you to shine. So what Jupiter is saying, the opportunity that is coming is going to be one where you're standing in the fullness of who you are. And you need to, again, you know, when you're going to bed, just stand in the energy of your power. Just feel that, you know, you can imagine a white light coming from above, circulating through your body, you know. Call those ancestors, those beings that love you unconditionally and are working towards your highest, greatest good. Allow that energy to just expand through your being and then be open for creativity, creative ideas. Libra with balance. This is masculine and feminine coming together. Opposition. Interesting. Libra with balance and opposition. And what's bringing it together? Taurus with cultivate. Okay. So some of you, I feel like you may have like gifts and capabilities where you're like, how do I bring this together? You know, They're just so different. How do I find the balance? How do I find the middle? How do I bring these together? And sometimes when we have energy that is moving in extremes, it can feel a little difficult for us. But again, with this independence, you've come to do things differently. You know, you've come to do it differently than others have done it before. So one thing that Taurus is communicating to us, Taurus is teaching us how to get more comfortable within who we are, moving more into an energy of self-security. So part of your path to independence will be allowing yourself to get more secure in the space of who you are. Let's clarify this opposition and balance. There's complete power being communicated here. And it's also power over your, your circumstances. Look at her allowing her energy to swell. Look at the Queen and the Emperor. There's a lot of majestic energy here, but there's a need to make the decision to live that energy. And also with the Lovers here, I feel like they're also, again, there's a coming together that's happening. Deep love, mother's milk, birth is portal. Earth pulsing, pulse of the mother, slow down, time in nature. Okay. So there's, again, okay, double mission. There it is. That's what I was looking for. Double mission. Light worker, starseed, serve the world by being you. With this opposition, with also Libra being a sign of balance, it's like you may bring worlds together. And some of you may be the sign of Libra. You may have your sun in Libra, your moon in Libra, ascendant Libra. And what's important is that Libra is basically the marriage of the feminine and the masculine. It's bringing together two essences, the yin of being and the yang of taking action. And so what I feel like with this opposition, with pulse of the mother, slow down, time in nature, with birth is porter, with we are the Hathors, and here also with replenishment and rest, is like they're asking you to bring in a little more balance, allowing yourself to take action, but making sure to slow down, pull back, and have time in nature so that you can replenish and you can connect to higher wisdom. And so with Taurus here, with cultivate, you're just being asked to cultivate a deeper relationship with yourself, but also a deeper relationship with nature. And Taurus is also about pleasure, it's about enjoyment. So it's giving yourself permission to pursue your path and to move forward, but at the same time to remember to rest and to replenish, because it's often in these times of rest and replenishment that we're actually able to receive divine wisdom. Let's see what the moon has to say. Okay. At the bottom with Cancer, new moon in Cancer, you and your loved ones are safe. Because that can be part of where the opposition is coming up. Should I, shouldn't I, shouldn't I, or, what's going on. Some of you may have family situations where you've had to be independent, where you've had to put your foot down or release yourself out of a certain entanglement. And so it's like the reading is confirming that you're growing in your power, you're growing in your self-security. And like the time that we're in now is you're coming into a new phase of abundance. But in order to move into that new phase, you're going to need to digest all that you've learned and all that you've experienced thus far. So it's not that you're stagnant. If you're feeling like you're stagnant, it's not really about being stagnant. It's more about understanding that there's this rest period before things really take off. And that rest period is going to give you an opportunity to synthesize, take in what you've learned, digest it, feel good about it. Crow at the bottom of the deck. Okay. The hummingbird. fire and the child. Okay, let's clarify these, bring love into the situation, look at the bigger picture. So I've been talking a lot lately. It's interesting that we had Cancer at the bottom of the deck, because in astrology, the sign Cancer is also the moon. And it's also your mother as well as your inner child. And in order for you to live a truly abundant personal reality, it's going to be important for you to heal your inner child. Because your inner child, whether you realize it or not, is making decisions with you. So if the inner child is wounded, let's say the inner child has a wound of abandonment, and the adult wants to experience love, it may be that when opportunities to experience love come, the inner child says, no, 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 you know, we were abandoned in the past and we don't want to experience that again. And the adult ends up subconsciously and unconsciously sabotaging the opportunity. And while thinking my intuition is saying no, when really it's the inner child saying, I don't want to experience that pain again. So there may be some experiences here where you may feel like, you know, there are opportunities coming, opportunities you want to take advantage of, but it's going to be necessary for you to heal your inner child. Because look at this with bring love into the situation. It's like bringing love for who you are, bringing love in the sense of what you're passionate about. Look at this fire, you know, what are you passionate about? What's important to you? And have you been putting what's important to you on the back burner because you feel like you have to do what's expected of you? Okay. So it's always important to heal our inner child, because sometimes our actions and reactions are based on the fears of the inner child, as opposed to, you know, opening up to the love of the universe and the opportunities being offered to the adult. So it may be useful to reflect back to situations where you may have let go of an opportunity out of fear. And then you can really stop and, you know, give yourself the opportunity to communicate with your inner child and say, okay, that might have been an issue in the past, but that's not what's happening now. So again, with the hummingbird, there's a new adventure coming. The hummingbird can travel long distances, even though it moves very fast, like the wings move very fast. It still has a kind of longevity, and it's about adventure. But when this adventure comes, you definitely don't want to self-sabotage yourself, you know, fire upside down. You know, fire is an energy of initiation, moving forward, engaging, you know, and here it's upside down. So you don't want to sabotage this new adventure because the inner child is fearful, because the inner child doesn't know how to ask for help, doesn't know who to ask for help, because the inner child still thinks he or she has to do everything on her own. You know, and so there's an opportunity to go within and to say to your inner child, look, you know, I'm your parent now. I'm taking care of you now. And the things that happened in the past do not stipulate our present or our future. And then begin really taking care of yourself. A lot of this messages of rest and replenishment are going to have to do with you healing your inner child, coming back to a place of peace, bringing more love into the situation. And look at the bigger picture. It's like, what's your vision? What is it that you truly want to create for yourself? And get clear on that. And once you're clear on that, you can say, okay, well, what steps do I need to take to make that vision reality? And then go within and see, well, where might I need to heal my inner child in order to be able to take those steps? Because sometimes we have trouble moving forward on our passion and our power because we're a little afraid. And when we're conscious of that already, then we can really tap into our resources and already start, you know, making use of those resources, healing ourselves, so that when that big opportunity comes that Jupiter is offering, we're able to take advantage of it. Yeah, see here, what if something happens is the trigger statement. So some of you are worried, like, if I do it, what if it doesn't go well? What if something goes wrong? Look at this at the bottom of the deck. Forgiveness. I did not deserve this is the trigger statement. True statement, I forgive. Allow the labels of judgment to disappear. See the situations and individuals through your heart. Forgive yourself. So that to me is the voice of the inner child. Like, a lot happened to me that I did not deserve, you know? And so here's an opportunity to heal that and to let go of this question of what if something happens, and to move forward into the truth statement. I take my hands off the wheel. You are not alone. The universe is working with you. Relax and enjoy the adventure. So when we come into a healthy balance of yin, which is being, and yang, which is taking action, we're enjoying the adventure. We're allowing ourselves to rest. We're allowing ourselves to take action. We have clear intention. We're moving forward. We're being patient in the sense of enjoying life and just trusting that what belongs to you will come when the time is right. So this is a message of Jupiter's message to you is what you need is coming. It's imminent. It's coming. And what you can do to prepare for it is to heal your inner child as well as get organized. Declutter, you know, that's Scorpio energy. Let go of the things that you no longer need because they're taking up energetic space, and just get yourself organized, heal your inner child so that when that opportunity is there, you're ready and you're able to grasp it and go with it. Return quietly now and be at peace. You are divinely loved and protected with grace. Isn't that beautiful? Look at the bottom of the deck. Set boundaries well to ensure good growth. Yes, so you are protected. You are loved. You can return quietly now and be at peace. So pile number one, that is your message. Thank you for giving me the honor of reading for you. If you are interested in a birth chart reading, you can check the description below. And I would appreciate it if you could like and subscribe and pass it on to someone who needs an uplifting message. I'm sending so much love and so many hugs. Hello, pile number two. Welcome to your reading on Jupiter. You know, Jupiter is an energy of expansion and abundance. And look, you have the butterfly with metamorphosis. This flew out. Like when I was choosing the piles, maybe you saw it at the beginning of the video. This just flew out. So Jupiter is bringing you a message of metamorphosis. And in astrology, Jupiter is the planet of, you know, it's the planet that talks about your belief systems, higher consciousness. It's abundance, but in many different forms. It's also just about opportunities where you can spread your wings, you know, and just be you. Mother of life, nourishment of the golden grain mother. So there's just, we can see there's a metamorphosis, there's a transformation on its way. And that's Jupiter's message of abundance and expansion for you. But we're going to dive deeper into that to really understand. So let's take a look at the Mother of Life card. We can sometimes fall into existing and doing rather than truly living. We only know that this has happened when suddenly our life seems dry, depleted, filled with tasks, or it feels like we are stuck in a rut or habit that may have been comfortable but is becoming stifling and suppressing. Isis, the Mother of Life, holds the ability to restore even the most numb, resistant, and difficult circumstances and people back to life. She calls you now, seeking to bestow gifts of life upon you. Be bold and brave. Open your arms to receive. So Jupiter's message to you is buckle your seatbelt. Your life is about to be transformed. There is no more boring, just kind of existing and floating by. You know, there are new opportunities. There is beauty coming to you. The mother is blowing life into your being, into your life. At the bottom, the Magician with resources. Okay. So with metamorphosis, you remember it starts out as a caterpillar and a butterfly. So, you know, when Jupiter, it's not really when Jupiter, because Jupiter is reflecting energy, when this energy comes about, you may be unrecognizable. Like there may be such a strong identity shift that you may be unrecognizable. Exemplar of the arrows, totem of stone. So there is a call to connect with nature here. Look with the air energy as well. So connecting with the energy of the elements. 9 of arrows. Look at how she's blindfolded, but she's still aiming. The Hermit and 5 of arrows. So with the Hermit and 5 of arrows here, I feel like you're gifted. You've got a great gift, and it's time that you share it. And it's interesting because I'm thinking of someone in particular right now, and this person is out there sharing their gift. However, not necessarily on the level that this person would be capable. So some of you may be out there sharing your gift, but you hesitate to possibly send that book in to be published, or you hesitate to go for that promotion or that job. There may be a little bit of hesitation in the space where something means a lot to you. So you're taking action and you're moving forward. But when it comes to what you really genuinely want, you haven't yet taken that step in that direction just yet. Some of you are kind of stuck in doubt because, you can't necessarily see what's going to happen. But that's kind of like the nature of the game. We don't always know what's going to happen. We just get out there and we're creative and we're living, and then, just kind of hope for the best. So some of you, this is about metamorphosis, giving yourself the opportunity to open up to Jupiter-like abundance by going out there and being creative. Look at this. And it's really just about being of service. Look at this woman. She's tattered. She has nothing in her bowl, and her bowl is full. Her bowl is full here. She's eating. She's got more than enough. Her clothes are nice, and she's in need. So it's almost like I feel like you guys have a lot to give. You have a lot to give, but you haven't yet found the self-confidence or the opportunity to share it with others. And again, some of you may be out there sharing it with others, but it's time to go to the next level. Allow the outcome to be even more fabulous or marvelous than you possibly have anticipated thus far. And it's interesting that I said some of you might not have published the book yet, because this one is about this card is about using your stories to transform the world. So some of you aren't, out there sharing your story. But some of you need to ground yourself. And once you've grounded yourself and given yourself the opportunity to find security within yourself, then you can really take off and fly, because you can trust yourself and you're grounded within yourself. Okay, let's see what the message is. Vesta with hearth. Journey. Interesting, right? We have hearth, your home, and journey. So some of you are leaving. Jupiter's like, listen, it's time to go on that journey. And when you think about Jupiter energy, Jupiter is about an energy of, other countries, cultures, other other beaches and coasts. So some of you may be physically traveling, while others of you will be moving out of self-doubt into more confidence. Opposition. Yep. So the hearth and journey is kind of like an opposition, right? Home and leaving. So some of you may feel a little bit conflicted, but look at the bottom of the deck. Saturn with structure. So it's just about bringing in a bit of discipline, and a bit of organization. Some of you may even benefit from a partnership. Let's find out more about this hearth and journey energy. It's interesting because opposition came out in the first deck as well. So it's like we're integrating polarities and extremes at the moment. We're seeking balance at the moment. Wait, it's not time yet. Things are being woven. Empathic starseed, energetic sovereignty, absorbing what's not yours. Okay, and journey, activated earth, power lines, trust where you are led. Okay, I'm going to do these later. Okay. The bottom, deep cellular healing. Yeah, so some of you may be going through a process of healing right now, and that's why it's like, wait, things are being woven at the moment. There's a portal being woven. Look at the portal here, and you know, this energy of weaving, or even here, you know, there's a portal. Both of them are about to enter into a portal. So it's like you're about to move forward, but right now your focus is more on healing, more on integrating what you've learned, releasing the self-doubt, coming more into self-confidence. And so with the journey being clarified by activated earth, it's like, you know, you need to trust where you're led. The message will come and you'll know, and then you can move forward. So Jupiter is almost promising, like there's a metamorphosis coming. Like if some of you have been praying, like I need help, I need things to move forward, I need things to be a little, you know, different. Understand your story has the ability to transform the world, you know? So there's a portal being woven. You just need to trust where you're being led. Surrender to the sweetness, Venus energy, pleasure, joy, make love to life. You got the love, Hadrian energy, codependence, and boundaries. I think it's interesting that there's such a strong love energy here. And with the codependency boundaries, I feel like there's an opportunity to move forward into a healthier kind of love. Yes, and that healthier kind of love will be deepening your love and your connection with, you know, with God, with the universe, with source energy, with your soul. You know, it's pretty much the energy within you. So connecting more deeply to your soul and that divine love. Earth pulsing, slow down, time and nature. This came out in pile 1 as well. So it could be that collectively we're also going through a bit of a slowdown. Now, right now, at this moment of doing this reading, Jupiter is in Gemini, and Jupiter is retrograde. And Gemini is an energy of communication. So it's like with the communication energy of Gemini, the Jupiter energy of expansion, and then Jupiter being retrograde, it's like you're going within and having a deep conversation with yourself, a very deep and long conversation with yourself so that you can heal yourself, because there's going to be a call coming where you're going to be moving through a portal and you're going to be led to a new opportunity. Let's find more about this opposition. Like, how can we heal and release this opposition with your perspective? Find common ground. It says here, common ground. That's so interesting with the opposition. So you may need to bring your thoughts, your energy, everything into a place. Look, big picture thinking. Big picture thinking came out in the moon deck in the first deck as well, the first pile. I don't know if you can hear my cat confirming. So let's find out what these thoughts may be that, you know, that need a higher perspective. Okay, so This is about coming more into self-love. Go within and allow everything that is not resonant to be purged so you can come from your heart, your seat of power. Okay, I open my heart, release the suffering, and take another step forward, sweet one. Each step you take will see more light and healing. Okay, I see what I truly need. Your energetic body needs nourishment, so begin to discern physical hunger from spiritual hunger. Cherish your body in the way it supports you. At the bottom of the deck, I take control is the trigger statement, and I am compassionate is the truth statement. Take a moment and allow yourself to see things from your heart center. From that place, allow your intuition to guide you. So that's the opportunity you're being offered here, is to open your heart, to forgive yourself and let go of any thoughts of things being your fault, or if you had done this and this differently, then maybe there would have been this and this outcome. Maybe some of you are holding yourself back and hiding from your metamorphosis and feeling like, you don't like yourself. And I feel like self-like is the basis for everything. It's like not just self-worth, but self-like is incredibly important, because when we set goals and we make agreements with ourselves, I feel like we tend to keep our agreements to others more vigorously than we keep the agreements to ourselves. And often that's because we don't cherish, appreciate, and like ourselves as much as we do others. Maybe our students, maybe our coworkers, maybe our boss, maybe our family. We may be valuing and putting, things above our own needs, above our own wants, instead of following through with what's important to us as an individual. So this is about self-forgiveness, letting go of pain from the past and allowing yourself to come into a kind of metamorphosis where you come out of hiding and you're soaring, you're flying high. But for right now, it's like you're digesting, you're healing, you're integrating that wisdom that you've gained, but you can't integrate the wisdom if you're hiding from what happened, So you don't need to go and, go through everything and remember everything that happened, but just give yourself permission, possibly through journaling. With Jupiter in Gemini, you may want to journal, write it down, and really get these things, flush them out so that you can be healed. Flush out what it is that's important to you. Allow yourself to have a conversation with yourself and come closer to yourself. The Heart of the Sky reversed. The Gatherer reversed. And I feel like I'm going to take these as well. At the bottom of the deck is the Moon. The Medicine Wheel. The Sun and the Rainbow. I feel like it's just, these cards are just kind of consistent with everything we've been talking about thus far. Like there's the opportunity for initiation, for activation. With all of them being upside down, it's like this period of kind of like the Hanged Man, just in a period of rest and pulling back. But that's not the way it's always going to be, and it's not the way it always needs to be. These are very intricate cards, so I thought, why not take a look at Heart of the Sky? You may feel responsible for everything and everyone. Perhaps you think you have to do it all alone. This takes you into a dark hole where you lose trust in the natural order of the cosmos. Shed your lofty sense of duty and recognize that this is a false prison of your own making. You can open the door and set yourself free in an instant. Yeah, so even with this, I forgive myself. I feel like there's a lot of taking responsibility for things that may not even belong to you. And so that may be part of where this hermitude, I'll call it, is coming from. It's just feeling like, I dropped the ball. I couldn't save this person, couldn't help this person. I think it's also even not always easy for parents, wanting to show up for their kids in a certain way. And perhaps the child can't receive it in the way that the parent intends it. But the one thing that I often teach through astrology when I'm reading birth charts is the child has always come to teach the parents something. So even in these difficult situations, sometimes there's a purpose behind them. And if we can grasp that healing, grasp that lesson, then we can soften the challenge. So sometimes we just have situations in our lives. I know I've had situations in my life where I've wanted to help a family member, I've wanted to help a friend, and repeatedly found that I just wasn't able. It's mostly because people have free will and they have the right to choose, or I'm not the medicine that they need, which I would also need to respect. And so it allowed me to release and to detach and to allow people to go the journey that they need to go in order to find their own healing. So this card is about releasing a scarcity mindset and coming more into the energy of the gatherer, coming more into the energy of abundance, letting go of self-blame, letting go of disappointment, and just allowing yourself to, step deeper into who you are, and just allowing yourself to move forward on your healing journey so that your sun can shine. It's like you're postponing yourself here. And I feel like Jupiter is calling you, like, if you want, we can initiate something new. We can activate something new. But this is a world of free will. We can turn things around if you want to. We can turn things around, and you can find rest and replenishment and start back full force when you're ready. So let's see, let's get some messages from Mother Moon. Can you clarify for us the heart of sky, the gatherer, medicine wheel, the sun, and the rainbow? Just what is this about? You balancing spirituality and practicality, surrendering to the divine. Don't let your past hold you back. Okay, at the bottom of the deck, confidence is your key to success. So confidence is your key to success while also remembering to balance, allowing yourself to enjoy life as you build a new life. So it's not about postponing living life and enjoying and doing the things that are important to you. It's about enjoying life while also allowing yourself to take those steps. And then as you take those steps, you surrender the outcome to the divine, trusting that whatever comes is for your highest and greatest good. And sometimes we can experience challenges in the beginning as we make a decision to move forward, and then things will start to change. Things will start to transform as long as we don't get distracted by those challenges. So don't allow your past to hold you back. Don't allow any kind of former disappointment or this feeling like, why when I do it, it doesn't quite work out. Letting go of that kind of energy and just trusting. So let's find out, how can we move more into a space of abundance, self-forgiveness, okay, the dark healing chamber, abundance of sodas, wonderful, magic and ritual. The bottom, portal of light. So allow light to really flow to you. You may even want to carry some obsidian with you so that you can just have kind of a protective energy with you. Some of you may have like different placements that speak to you being very, what do you call that? Just very empathic, very sensitive. Some of you may have in your birth chart, check the degrees. Some of you may have planets at 13 degrees. These are people who are working, doing energetic work here on the earth plane, whether they realize it or not. And so you may want to protect your energy and just be aware. Is this me that I'm feeling? Is it me that's really, off right now? Or am I sensing the energy around me? Because some of this may not be yours. Look at this, empathic starseed. So check and see if you have any planets at the 13th degree. What's Pisces doing in your birth chart? Are there planets in Pisces? Do you have Pisces on the 4th house? What do you have in your 12th house? Just what are in your water houses and your water signs? Because I feel like you're very empathic. You're very sensitive to what's going on around you. And if you're not aware, then you may not be able to, with this opposition and perspective, you may not be able to differentiate between what's my energy and what's somebody else's energy. You may need a new perspective here, because with you being so empathic, you may be thinking, oh, I'm in such a bad mood today, when really, you're feeling somebody else's energy. One thing I love about the moon is that the moon is really teaching us to embrace all aspects of ourselves, the light as well as the shadow, because it's what makes us special. So I feel like there's a call here for you to embrace all aspects of who you are, bringing more of who you are to light and to love and into an energy of acceptance. So I feel like the message that Jupiter is bringing you, pile number 2, is that you can come to abundance when you start really respecting yourself, when you start loving yourself, when you start understanding what you're capable of, and you're no longer hiding that and keeping all of that beauty and bounty of your authenticity to yourself, but instead you're out there sharing it. You're sharing your gifts. You're allowing yourself to laugh. You're allowing yourself to enjoy healthy relationship. You're emotionally available. And one thing that can help you is through rituals, just calling light to you every morning, having some kind of consistent routine or ritual that allows you to really connect with high vibrational energy, and also allowing you to connect with yourself. So creating and crafting some kind of sacred practice that brings you deeper into the home you have within yourself. There you go, Violet. The answers and truths are always within. So crafting a ritual that allows you to really go within and to access that growth and that truth. Carnation, keep going, keep growing, be unstoppable. At the bottom, hydrangea, focus on wholeness above and below. Yeah, so focus on your wholeness, focus on your beauty, focus on that rainbow within. And the answers you seek, they're going to be within you. And there's this incredible opportunity for metamorphosis, this incredible opportunity to allow more of the beauty of who you are to come forward. But it's going to require you to bring your life more into balance, allowing yourself to rest, but allowing yourself also to take action and surrendering the outcome to the divine. So that is your reading, pile number 2. Thank you for giving me the honor of reading for you. In the description, you can see how we can work together one-on-one through a birth chart reading, or even a companionship or coaching program. And also, I'd appreciate it if you could like and subscribe and just pass it on to someone who you want to send a loving message to today. Thank you so much. And remember, the answers and truths you seek are always within. Keep going, keep growing, be unstoppable. Hello, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading on Jupiter. Now, Jupiter is a planet of expansion, vision, abundance in many forms. It's also a planet of travel, engaging with different cultures and belief systems. So let's see what message Jupiter has for you in this transformational time. Look at this, the snake with healing. And I feel like healing has been a theme throughout this thus far. But let's get deeper into your reading. Okay, stay true and be in your power. High Priestess, mysteries revealed in the eyes of Isis. Temple of Lapis Lazuli, goddess of the ancient skies. Wow, this is an incredible reading. So Jupiter is basically communicating an energy of assertiveness, an energy of power. there's great opportunity when you let go of the past and give yourself permission to step into the fullness of who you are. And some of you might already know this, but it looks like you're star beings, like you're beings who've been incarnate on other dimensions and had different experiences. And you're bringing that wisdom here to the earth plane and functioning as a kind of high priestess, initiating people into their life mission, their soul purpose, you know, helping others to heal, helping others to come to an energy of wholeness. This is incredible. So I feel like the snake is communicating two things. The snake being the path, as you know, some of you may be looking to come into working in spaces of healing, where some of you are looking to heal yourself, you know, to shed the skin like the snake, shed the old identity, and to step into this new identity that sees you in the fullness, the majesty, and the authority of who you are, you know, as you lead and guide others, and you channel in your power that you've experienced from other lifetimes and dimensions into this particular lifetime and dimension. So this is incredible. But more than anything, I feel like this is going to be about stepping into your authority. You know, who's the authority in your life? Who's making the decisions? Is that authority outside of yourself, or is it within yourself? And I feel like this is where the healing can happen. 3 of Stones. Okay. So there's collaboration energy here. I have to scratch my head. Nine of Pipes. Ooh, 2 of Bowls. 10 of Stones. Okay. Well, let's clarify the snake as well. Oh, the Emperor with command. Okay. At the bottom, 10 of Bowls, which looks like a kind of celebration. And I think you have a lot to celebrate. You have a lot to be happy about here. This is all about you being in a position of power. So some of you, I'm wondering, let me see. I feel like the power is coming from the sacral chakra. And the power in the solar plexus is a little weaker. So it's like you guys are extremely creative beings, but there could be a little bit of a push, a little bit of a increase in momentum where the self-confidence is concerned. Where the will, the energy of will, you know, that's Leo and Aquarius is concerned. There could be a bit more energy, a bit more self-confidence. So this looks like it's time to start, like, I kind of love the succession here, because the Emperor is like coming into his power. He recognizing I'm in a position of power. And then it's like allowing divine energy to bless and to inspire you. You know, the sun is an energy of how you integrate yourself here creatively in astrology, you know, and this person's like looking up at the sun, like, I'm ready to integrate myself here creatively on the earth plane. And there's a blessing coming from the eagle, from the higher vision. So it's like the person's receiving the message on the higher vision and then going out and sharing and helping people come more into their power. And some of you may be doing it on a one-to-one basis. You know, some of you may be coaches. Some of you may be, you know, Reiki practitioners, teachers, or tutors, I should say. Bringing more love into the world. And this is, you know, you all receiving recognition for what it is that you do. So this is an incredible reading. Let's find out more. So what I see here is a succession of you coming, of you acknowledging that you are a powerful being, that you're in a position of power. You're allowing yourself to charge yourself with divine vision, a higher vision, and then you're taking that higher vision and you're sharing it. And then you're allowing the fruits of what you've shared to come back to you. And before you begin, it's like you're gathering your resources, being aware of your resources. Saturn with structure, Taurus with cultivate, and Libra with balance. At the bottom of the deck, we have fifth house with passion. I think that's interesting. So when it comes to like following your passion in whatever form that might be, you may need a little structure and to start cultivating your idea. And make sure that this cultivation is not just happening with the idea, with the corporate job, with the relationship, whatever this is for you. Make sure that it's also you cultivating yourself, you nourishing yourself, because that's what Libra is going to want you to bring into balance. Being as well as taking action, bringing that into balance. Caring for others as well as caring for the self, bringing that into balance. You know, just going with the flow and then bringing in structure. It's like, you know, allowing all of these different essences to complement each other. But let's clarify even more this balance. Sustainability. Okay. This makes a lot of sense. At the bottom, review. So that what you're building, whether it's, you know, moving into a romantic relationship, stabilizing a family experience, or, you know, moving into your entrepreneurship or promotion in the corporate space, what, you know, whatever this may be for each of you, in order to really, for it to really have its long-term effect, you're going to have to balance. You're going to have to cultivate self-security, because that's what Taurus is about. Taurus is about understanding, what are my resources? You know, what are my resources? And then understanding the self as being one of those resources. So it's going to be important for you to ground within yourself, ground in nature, and just cultivate more self-security so that as you move forward, you feel safe. And it's interesting because Saturn energy as well as Taurus energy, Saturn is Capricorn and Capricorn is earth energy. So this is all about grounding. It's all about routine. It's all about taking things step by step, not rushing, not pushing, not forcing, but instead taking things, yang energy, and moving forward, but doing it in a sense of trust and flow, which is yin energy and the feminine. So you're bringing those together with Libra, because Libra is the marriage, but a lot of people think it's the marriage of individuals. It's actually the marriage of the divine feminine with the divine masculine, which lives in each of us. So in order for there to be sustainability in the living of your vision in whatever form, Jupiter is basically saying you got to have some structure, have a clear intention, understand what steps you want to take to realize that intention and what resources are there to help support you making that intention possible. And then make sure you're also cultivating a strong relationship with yourself through self-care. You know, I think sometimes people underestimate the power of Taurus because they're often thinking about, oh, Taurus is finances. Or as soon as a person thinks that's not my sign, then they just don't care anymore. The thing is, you have all 12 signs in your birth chart. So Taurus is doing something. You know, Taurus is reflecting something back to you in some form. And what I think that a lot of people miss is this opportunity to be aware of your resources. You know, me getting from the US, from America to Germany was, you know, and learning the language, learning the German language fluently, all of it had to do with being aware of my resources. Now, I'm a Taurus sun, which means I've come here to integrate myself creatively in a way that sees me using my resources and really cultivating self-security. And one way that I did that was by being aware of who can I ask for help? Who can help me in this situation? Who's got what I need? And how can I be of service to them? You know, and also before I went into the meetings, you know, when they were supposed to send me home, like the semester was over for the exchange program and I was supposed to go home, but I was like, I want to stay. So how can I work the system so that it's legal, or quote unquote, according to the school rules, but so that I could stay? And then I went and spoke to the different faculties and was like, listen, this is what we're going to do. You know, I already went in with some kind of plan. All I needed was for them to just jump on board. I didn't go in and say, I want to do this and this, figure it out for me. I went in and I was like, this is what I'm thinking. What do you think? Can we, you know, come together as a team? And usually I tried to do it in a way where, you know, they really wanted to invest in me as a student. So, and I still have that, you know, I won't call it a tactic, but, you know, it's something that stuck with me is the power of community. And if you look at my birth chart, that's what I've come here to teach, with the power of community. So for those of you who are suffering in silence, it's time to speak up, say what it is that you need, gather your resources. So sit and make a list, not just of your clear intentions and the goals or the steps you're going to take to move forward, but also think about, like, what are the resources you have that can really help you to move forward. Big picture thinking, Pleiades energy, visionary, inspired ideas. Yeah, so be in your power and allow those inspired ideas to come through. Call on the divine. Ask for seeds of creativity to flow to you. You know, allow those big ideas to come to you, even with regards to your resources. Like, what resources do I have? Make them clear to me. You know, we live in a system of free will. So often we have to ask for help. So ask, like, what are those resources? How can I cultivate self-security? Star Keeper, cosmic ancestor, seed the light by staying grounded. That is too wild, because that's what Taurus is about, right? It's about being grounded. So I feel like this message is also about how you can bring your gifts to this earth plane. You know, seed the light, which basically means, you know, bring your gifts to this earth plane by, you know, taking action on the gifts that you have. Start sharing them. Ground that beautiful universal energy that's within you here by being that high priestess for others, initiating them into their life purpose and soul mission by providing different resources. Some of you may be writing an ebook. Some of you may be offering classes. Some of you may be working as web designers, UX designers. You know, the way we serve is always different. Some of us may be electricians, but there's still service in that space. Libra with balance. I remember. Soul plan. The fated life versus the destiny life. At the bottom, jump in. Isn't that interesting that we have the fated life versus the destiny life right where we have the scales of balance? So it's like, I feel like with the fated life, some of us think that we're subject to fate. Like there's nothing we can do. It just is. And for me, this may not be her intention with the card, but for me, fate has kind of a bit of a heavier connotation than destiny does. And so it's like remembering your soul plan, but understanding that you don't have to be subject to fate. You can create your own destiny. And there's like balance, understanding that some things are imminent while other things are up to you. They're up to you taking action. They're up to you gathering and using your resources. It's up to you understanding and knowing who you are and not allowing yourself to get lost in feeling small and feeling not enough and feeling like things are outside of your control, outside of your hands. So this is all about a portal and planting seeds. It's about jumping in and saying yes to change, saying yes to those bigger visions, those bigger dreams, instead of settling with the ones that are getting you by, the ones that are helping you pay the bills. It's like, okay, I'm going to do the one that I've been afraid to do. I'm going to, you know, send that book to that publisher. I'm going to self-publish. I'm going to, you know, write that fantasy novel. I'm going to do that invention and see if I can get it patented, you know. The Andean cross. At the bottom, the Rainmaker. So you can make things happen. the rattle, water, and the smoky mirror. So these are shamanic cards. So there's flow happening, you know, there's flow. I'm just wondering if we need to complement the flow with a little self-confidence. I can feel it in my throat chakra. Like we may need to complement this flow with, you know, self-confidence that can activate the throat chakra. And water can also be an indication of healing as well. So let's take a look. So this is all about giving yourself permission to heal, to let go of anything that's keeping you from taking action. Because the 6th house is also about work, health, and service. So often in the work we do, we're somehow being of service to someone. Again, if you're an electrician, all the way to a Reiki practitioner, all the way to an author, you know, you're taking action in a way that has the power to be of service to others. But to me, I feel like Jupiter's saying, heal what you need to heal. Take that time, take that opportunity so that you can call what belongs to you in, so that it can no longer hold you back. There can be no more self-sabotage. At the bottom of the deck, conclusions are within reach. So it's like the energy is gaining momentum. The end of a tough cycle approaches. What did I just say? The energy is gaining momentum. Exactly what I said. The answers you need are coming. Okay. So Jupiter is letting you know you're not alone in this. There's intention behind this, but let's see, what can we let go of so that the energy can gain even more momentum and these answers can come through. Look, this just flipped over. We must remember is the trigger statement. The truth statement is, I am free of the habits that do not serve me. Lay down the armor passed down to you from your family. Release habits that are not serving you and forgive on behalf of past generations. I take control is the trigger statement. The truth statement is, I am compassionate. Take a moment and allow yourself to see things from your heart center. From that place, allow your intuition to guide you. Okay. So in order for the energy to really gain the momentum it's needed, it's going to be important to take, you know, to let go of the past and really just allow yourself to come more into an energy of, understanding who you are and living more from your power in your heart space. And there may have been things that happened in the past that made the mirror smoky, where it's difficult for you to see yourself, to know and understand truly who you are. But this is the healing that's coming through to help you see yourself as that star being, as that high priestess or high priest, and just healing, you know, the power within. So the answers you need are coming, but what will help those answers to really flow through is for you to continue to heal. And I think that's one thing that people don't necessarily understand with regards to manifestation, is that we don't need to focus on how to manifest. We already know how. We're doing it every day. It's more coming into healing, because if you don't heal, you're going to keep manifesting things that you don't want, because things are going to be popping up subconsciously. But if you heal, then you automatically start to manifest the things that you want to experience, because then you're already living that higher energy. At the bottom of the deck, what pleases us most shapes us. Lysantus, gratitude and grace always look lovely on you, so you must be a graceful being. The future is sometimes lost in the wanderings of yesterday. So I feel like Jupiter is saying you can let go of any thoughts of scarcity, any thoughts of what if that what happened in the past happens today, any thoughts of, okay, I forgive them, but I'm not going to forget, and then going over different things again and again in your mind. Jupiter is calling you to stand in your power, to release the past, and to really begin to see yourself more clearly, and to understand that the thoughts that you think, The focus that you have in the now, it's affecting your future. And because you deserve the best, it's time to allow yourself to really heal your mental body, your emotional body, so that you can come more into a space that sees you living the life that you truly, truly deserve. So Jupiter is offering the opportunity for a great transformation, pile number 3. The answers you need are coming, and there's opportunities for you to go out, to serve, to give your gift, and then what it is that is yours will come back to you because you've planted those seeds. And sometimes we have to go out and give our gifts, solve problems, be there in that space, and then things will come back to us. It's just that we need to discern what container we're pouring our energy into, because we want to make sure that we're pouring our energy into the containers that we actually want to see expand and grow, and not necessarily in the ones that are keeping us from living our highest and truest and greatest expression of self. Okay, pile number 3, that is your reading. Thank you so much for allowing me to read for you. I feel incredibly honored. If you'd like to continue to work together on a one-on-one basis, then you can check the description below for a companionship, as well as coaching programs, and also for Starseed birth chart readings. And I would appreciate it if you could like and subscribe and pass it on to someone who means something to you. So gratitude and grace always look lovely on you, pile 3. The future is sometimes lost in the wanderings of yesterday, but we are taking that future back. We're taking back the present, and we're taking back our power in standing in the truth of who we are now. And one prayer that you can say is, I call my power back. I call my power back according to my highest and greatest good, and I fill myself with the authenticity and the majesty of my being. Thank you, pile number 3. See you next time. Hello, pile number 4. Welcome to your reading. So we are working with the energy of Jupiter. This is a planet of luck, of abundance, a planet of vision. So let's take a look at your cards. You know, Jupiter is about your belief systems. Okay, breath with the falcon. You know, I love the falcon because whenever you see falcons or hawks, they're trying to let you know what your next step is. So Jupiter is bringing in a message of your next step. Oh my goodness. And look, the kite is here, which is a kind of hawk as well. That's incredible. So look, the same family is showing up. So some of you might even have the falcon, the hawk, or the kite as your spirit animal. Like, wow. So this is like, take a breath, babe. Everything is okay. Blessings of the sun falcon. Look, those are falcons. There's not even a kite, because sometimes Isis is associated with the bird kite. But look, blessings of the sun falcon. That is insane. So some of you may have the falcon as your spirit animal totem, and there's a message of blessings coming through, like you're ready to shine. So one of the ways, there are 2 messages I'm understanding from this breath card with the falcon. So breathe, take a breath. If you're nervous because you're like visibility and everything's coming and I'm meant to shine, you know, look at this. It's like the sun is exploding. I'm meant to shine. Then Jupiter's saying one way that you can mitigate any kind of nervousness or physiological response to excitement is through your breath. The other message that I'm understanding is, if you're concerned or worried that, you know, things aren't panning out, then I feel like it's like, take a breath. Everything's okay. Your blessings are coming through. Okay, let's find out more. I think we're off to an incredible start. We're starting off with breath, relaxation, and blessings. Yes. So some of you are going to be coming home to your soul family. Some of you, soul family will mean your client base. At the bottom, the lovers with ecstasy. Some of it, then with this, some of it may be your partner, your romantic partner. Because look at them, these 2 are on the canoe and they're coming home to these 2. So in the rainbow of promises being fulfilled. So some of you are coming home to your, you know, your vision, to your romantic partner, to your healthy, happy family, whatever it is that you've been, moving towards. Yeah, look at that abundance with the Apprentice of Stones. The grandfathers with the star card. Everything is meant to work out. Everything's meant to go well. The totem of arrows. Like some of you may be worried and thinking, things aren't working out. But look, breath and coyote. Coyote is like the trickster. So it's like it may look like it's not working out, but take a breath. The blessings of the Sun Falcon are here. They're here for you. Look at the Fool. We're planting seeds and new beginnings. Yes, the Nurturing Lodge and the World card. So it's like plant new seeds, nurture them, and you will come into the fullness of all you deserve. Don't worry. Don't let current circumstances trick you the way that the coyote is capable of tricking. So some of you guys are focused on the current circumstances when really you're feeling the waves and stuff, but you're almost at the shore. Like you're almost there. In fact, this is reminding me of a dream I had just last night where I was in this building and I took a turn to the right and I ended up in like some medieval castle. And I was like, am I supposed to be here? And then I looked to the left and I saw the exit sign and it said 1 mile. And my soul knew in the moment in that dream, what I'm moving towards is like just right there. I'm just looking for the exit and I found it. And so all I have to do now is just move towards that exit, walk through that door, just go. And it's just right there. And so this, I feel like, is a similar message that Jupiter has for you. And right now, Jupiter is retrograde in Gemini. Retrograde means that it pretty much looks like it's doing the moonwalk. Like it looks like it's moving backwards. And when planets are in retrograde, then there's usually some kind of message of introspection. So like with Jupiter being the planet of abundance, like a lot of us are like, when is my blessing coming? Blessings of the Sun Falcon is here. Take a breath. Jupiter is retrograde at the moment. Like, let me give you time to digest. Let me give you time to heal that inner child. Let me give you time to go in and have that dialogue with yourself so that when all of these opportunities flow through, you're not overwhelmed. So some of you will be planting new seeds in this season and then nurturing them. Okay. And what's interesting is then after that comes the Dancer. Look at this harvest. After planting these seeds, look at this harvest, and there's nurturing happening. So let's find out more. So some of you, may need to spend time with your soul family. Get out there, socialize, laugh. Pluto is in Aquarius. We're in the age of Aquarius. So this is the age of groups. This is the age of community. And it's not about letting someone tell you who you are. This is not about, getting out there, letting other people decide for you what your destiny is. But it is about allowing yourself to be supported. Mars with motion. Mars is a very passionate planet. Activate. Okay, so it's time for you guys to move. The bottom of the deck, Vesta, Hearth. So it's time for you guys to move. Look at the solar flares. Activate Mars. It's time to activate these blessings. And one way you can do that is really by getting in touch with your soul family. Spending time with your soul family. Let's ask though, like, what can we do to activate this motion, activate this Mars? Cultivate. This has come out in all of the piles thus far. Cultivate. So I think you need to cultivate self-security and also your resource. Look at it. Look at this. This is insane. Aries at the bottom with act. Mars rules Aries. Motion. Yeah, you're coming to the pinnacle. You're coming to the pinnacle. But first, you've got to cultivate your own self-security. So that may be why Jupiter is retrograde right now. With Jupiter being abundance, opportunities, travel, Jupiter's like, you've got to cultivate your own self-security. With all the changes happening in the world, all the opportunities coming to you, you got to be stable. You got to be aware of your resources and stable within yourself. Be able to trust yourself. So when those opportunities come, you're not self-sabotaging. When, you know, some people are a little concerned about the news right now, but you've got to be able to be stable within yourself and to trust and not move towards energy and thoughts of lack, but instead stay in the personal reality that you genuinely want to create for yourself. And in order to stay in that reality, you've got to be sure-footed. And that's what Taurus is offering. Yes, see, your inner earth. You'll survive this. New solutions and beginnings. So I feel like pile number 4 may be also a group of people who are worried about what's happening on the earth right now. Concerned about, you know, different things that are happening in the news right now. So you may want to relax on the social media intake a little bit, because sometimes, even if the information is interesting, useful, true, still oftentimes is being presented in a way where it's almost like accosting you. You know, it's being presented in a way that is just a bit sensationalist and just overwhelming, where the topic alone is overwhelming enough. We don't need to dramatize it with our presentation, right? I mean, can I get an amen, right? So just be aware of where you choose to get your information from, and be aware of the values of the people presenting that information and whether or not they are conscious of how they're presenting it and the different levels of truth. So what else can we learn from Taurus? So we've got inner earth with grounding, new solutions and beginnings. Activated earth with power places, ley lines, trust where you're led. And empathic starseed, energetic sovereignty, absorbing what's not yours. And that's what I'm feeling like. This group, you're incredibly empathic. So you may be a little concerned about what's going on earth right now. And you may need to really differentiate also with this landing right on top of the coyote. There may be some trickster there, like what's genuinely my energy, what's genuinely my responsibility, where can I show up, and what's not. And am I allowing the current situation in the world to distract me from living my life purpose and soul mission, which is actually going to bring in the blessings that I want to experience. And once those blessings come into me, then I can in turn be generous and bless, you know, people around me. So it's like, don't block the blessings. Let them come through. Look at this line that's happening. Don't block the blessings. Let them come through. Cultivate more self-security. Ground within yourself. Ground within the energy of the universe. Let's see what you can do to help. Or first, let's see what thoughts we can release. So it's like Mother Earth is showing up for you. Like, don't worry. You know, there's new solutions. There are new beginnings. Trust where you're being led right now. Okay, this card says it's too good to be true as the trigger statement. As the truth statement is, it can only get better. Allow yourself to experience more joy and love. Raise your resonance by swimming in the sweetness of life. I will never change is the trigger statement. In each moment, I am a new me. You are supported as you release habits and limiting patterns that are not serving your highest good. Trigger statement, I cannot trust anyone. Truth statement, everyone deserves my love. I open my heart and heal and release. I open myself to peace, divine love, and grace. And at the bottom, I am strong. You will clearly see what you are taking on from outside influences and release it. Your energetic boundaries are fortified. And that's what needs to happen here. There needs to be some kind of energetic boundary that you're not just taking in things without thinking about, okay, what are the values of the person communicating this to me? How relevant is this for me right now? What is it that I need to do to be of assistance? You know, how can I be helpful? How can I be at peace? Because I know that my personal reality affects the collective reality. So if my personal reality is one of stress, it's affecting the collective reality and adding stress. If my personal reality was one of peace, then I can bless the collective reality with peace. And it's possible for us to take action and be present and, you know, show up as activists, because that's kind of like Mars and Aries energy. Even the word activate here. Some of us may be activists, you know, but it's possible to be an activist and to still be aware of your energy, be aware of where you're giving yourself permission to pour into. You know, what container am I pouring into? The staff. Okay. At the bottom of the deck, water. I feel like with the staff, there's always a bit of leadership happening. So let's take a look. You know how to flow easily between polarities, how to weigh all possibilities and instinctively select the right path. Trust your inner wisdom and take the step on a journey that your heart has already embarked on. Use the power of the staff to unite whatever appears to be divided, to find that delicate balance between will and surrender. So the staff is also about service, and that, you know, stability can come from your longing to serve. So allow yourself to get out there and to be of service. And let's see, how can we heal these thoughts? You can move between the polarities. This just flew out. Okay. Here it says, overcoming the brother in darkness, overcoming negative energy with feminine power. Isn't that amazing? Because we just asked, how can we heal these thoughts? And you have the opportunity to overcome negative energy with feminine power. Let's see. Look at that on the other side. Miracle of Isis, miracle healing of the goddess. At the bottom, temple of Carnelian, entering the fierce belly of Sekhmet. Some of you, I wonder if it's not even just being worried about what's happening on the earth, but some of you, if you've been through a situation where there was a disappointment in romance, something that was particularly painful in an intimate space, or something where you wanted to take advantage of an opportunity, but you turned it down, or you somehow found yourself in a pattern that you thought you had broken or really wanted to release. Or maybe it's seeing what's happening in the Congo or what's happening with children, different things. But here it says overcoming negative energy with feminine power. And feminine power is really about embracing the unknown. That sometimes we don't know what's going to happen, but we move with an energy of the deepest and most ancient kind of trust. And when we move with that energy of trust, we can allow this kind of miracle healing to happen. So it's like, I can't really see what's in front of me. It's foggy. It's unsure. I don't know what's happening, but I put one foot in front of the other. And I know that with each step, the ground, the earth will meet me. It will meet my foot, just like with Taurus, with the grounding. And so I move forward. I move forward with trust. I share my gifts. I serve, knowing that there are moments when I feel like I'm too small, that I can't really affect the microcosm because my microcosm is just so micro. But I think in those moments, you're genuinely underestimating the power of your vibration and how it reverberates from your personal reality through to the collective reality, you know, from Cancer to Capricorn. You have that power. You have that ability. And there's something about you that can allow miraculous rejuvenation and replenishment, you know, to flow through. So what you can do is to allow yourself to heal your personal reality, heal your inner child, heal that energy of disappointment, and start planting the seeds of the things that you genuinely want to see happen. And then nurture those seeds and allow them to come to fruition. And you may want to protect yourself, you know, cleanse your energy. I can put a Reiki video. There are always Reiki videos in the description for cleansing energy, coming back to your center, just to support you on your path. Because as someone who's empathic, the current energy can be a lot. And we're moving into Pisces very soon. So it can be helpful just to brace oneself and make sure that you're not taking on energy and as well as responsibility that doesn't belong to you. Look at that. A new romantic cycle begins. Some of you are coming closer to your destiny. Nothing is set in stone. Don't let pride get in your way. So I feel like that card is often like, don't let fear, don't let, kind of like these base illusions with the coyote. Don't let illusions get in the way of you manifesting what you want to experience. What do you need to release? And when we let go of things, then more can come in. Look at this. Prosperity lies ahead and your hard work is paying off. So this is not the time to give up. This is not the time to give up. This is a time to let go of what's not serving you so that you can bring more momentum into what it is that you want to experience. With nothing is yet set in stone, I feel like there's an energy of freedom here. There's an energy of opportunity and chances. But in order to really be able to grab it, you've got to release what's not serving you, because prosperity lies ahead. So let the old stuff go. Even if you end up decluttering your home, decluttering yourself, decluttering the mind, the emotions, and allow prosperity to come through, because your hard work is paying off. The Capricorn energy is an energy of moving forward step by step. And as you do that, it's actually reaping fruit for you. Okay. Play, laugh, and find joy. Always remain true to your intentions. This is not the time to give up. I feel like that's what it is. Stand still for now and listen to your life. At the bottom of the deck, practice courage each day. So sometimes the way that we can most effectively move forward on our paths is to listen, is to stop and just be still and to listen. What's going on within me? What voice wants to be heard? What aspect of myself needs a stage right now, needs to be heard right now? Is it my inner child? Is it my inner warrior who wants to be a warrior of peace, who wants to be a warrior of wisdom and love? Is it the mother within me? Is it the father who wants to come in and give me more stability, more support? You know, is it the sage who wants to bring more wisdom? You know, it's always good to stop and say, what part of me needs to be heard right now? And then just make sure that as you give yourself permission to be heard, that you're integrating it on a daily basis. You're integrating that wisdom. And one of the wisdoms you may find in healing your inner child is to come more into laughter, into play, into joy. And since your inner child has an incredible effect on your personal reality. This is something that I teach in my astrology seminars, because Cancer is not only the mother, but Cancer is also the inner child. And so when you're making decisions, you're making them based on your personal reality. And who is affecting that personal reality? Your inner child. So if your inner child is very wounded, coming from an energy of fear of abandonment or fear of rejection, then when you're making decisions as an adult, you may end up inadvertently self-sabotaging because your inner child is trying to protect you. So when you heal that inner child, you can start making decisions that are consistent with the personal reality that you genuinely want to create. And that is why healing is actually the key to manifestation. So I'm going to need you, pile number 4, to play, to laugh, to find joy, to like yourself, to love yourself, to be at peace with yourself and at peace with who you are. I'm going to need you to breathe. Call on the energy of the spirit animal falcon who loves you unconditionally. Ask for the bigger picture. Ask to help you see yourself from a different light. Ask for, support in allowing your heart to open and for divine gifts to flow through. I can put a Reiki meditation or actually a Reiki session below for opening your heart, because when the heart is open, that's when that which belongs to you can really be nurtured and flow to you. So get out there and plant your seeds when you're ready, when you've stood still and you can hear your heart and you can really be in that energy of self-like. Then Get out there and plant those seeds. Nurture yourself, nurture your soul family, nurture your client base, and watch how abundance and gifts flow to you. This is how I nurture. So right now I don't really have very many subscribers. We want to change that. But when I sit down to do the readings, my thought is I want to give back. I just want to give back. I've received so much. I've enjoyed so much. I've done so much. I just want to have a way that I give back without anyone having to ask for it or book anything. But sometimes just, between bookings, my clients or others, they need a bit of a pick-me-up, and I just want to make it available. So you may find your way of giving back, and it may be through your business, and it may be through a hobby like this. So, open yourself up to all the joy, all the opportunities. This is the way that I play, So find your own form of play, your own form of laughter and joy. So this is your reading pile number 4. Thank you so, so much for letting me have the honor of channeling your guides for you, of reading for you. And if you would like to work together on a one-to-one basis, with a starseed astrology in combination with channeling and intuition, then check the description below. And also, I'd appreciate it if you could like and subscribe and recommend all those things that build community. And I'm sending so much love, so many hugs, and I can't wait to read for you again soon.